What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with a special edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, we are doing something special. If you guys know me, if you follow the channel for any amount of time, you guys know I don't follow the trends like every other reaction channel does. When a song comes out from a band, all these reaction channels will jump on it and I gotta react to it as fast as possible. And that helps keep their analytics up and their numbers up and blah, 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 blah. If you know me, you know I don't care about any of that. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to do your requests. But in this case, I'm gonna make an exception and I'm gonna react to a song that I personally want to react to because I didn't even know this was made. I had never heard of this coming out, but it is a Sabaton song. Well, sort of. It's a Sabaton cover of one of my absolute favorite songs from Motorhead. I'm talking about the title track to the Motorhead album 1916. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity boobity bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. There was no requester for this. No one told me. I was going through comments and answering comments in the highlights, and I saw a thumbnail for this, and I saw Sabaton 1916. I was like, what? That's one of my favorite Motorhead songs. Is this the same 1916? And I come to find out, I didn't listen to any of it, but I come to find out that they did a cover of it. I am excited about this. The album 1916 is a very special album to me. That was the album that really kind of sold me on Motorhead. In the late 80s, I heard Motorhead songs. I heard Ace of Spades. I heard Iron Fist. I heard a couple other songs, and I was like, okay, these guys are pretty cool. These guys are all right. Then I heard some new songs in the 90s. I heard a song called No Voices in the Sky. And I saw that music video and I heard that song and I was like, this is amazing. This is amazing. I love this song. And then a couple weeks later, I heard another song from Motorhead called I'm So Bad, Baby, I Don't Care. Just the title alone had me intrigued. I was like, that sounds like a badass song. And it is a badass song. Love that tune. Those two, I heard those two songs on Headbangers Ball back to back when they were doing one of those block Headbangers Balls where they did like 2 or 3 songs from whatever band that they were going to do that weekend. And those songs came back to back. And I was like, okay, what album is this? And it was 1916. So I went and I bought the album. That is where my Motorhead journey really began, is with this album. There is not a single song on this album that I do not like. I love most of it. The only song I'm not the biggest fan of on that entire album was Angel City. I wasn't the biggest fan of that song, but I mean, you start off the entire album with The One to Sing the Blues. I mean, dear Lord, that song was hard hitting. Into I'm So Bad, Baby, I Don't Care. Into No Voices in the Sky. Into one of the greatest rock and roll tunes I think that Motorhead ever wrote, Going to Brazil. My absolute favorite ballad of all time. I'm not just talking Motorhead ballads, I'm talking about ballads across the board from any band. My absolute favorite ballad of all time is on that album, Love Me Forever. Love that song. It is my absolute favorite ballad of all time. Not any band has produced a ballad that I can relate to as strong as that song. Even weird songs like Nightmare, The Dreamtime, man, I dug that song. Just the backward voicing in the intro alone still gives me goosebumps. Love that track. Oddly enough, my second favorite ballad from Motorhead, my second favorite ballad from Motorhead is the song 1916. That is why I feel compelled to do this reaction. It's not because I'm trying to get clicks. It's not because I'm trying to follow trends. It's not because I'm trying to raise my analytics. I genuinely love the Motorhead song 1916. That song, getting choked up just thinking about the song. That song is beautiful, man. It really is. I'm just thinking about the Motorhead song and I'm getting a little teary-eyed. So I'm getting a little choked up. That song hits hard, emotionally wise. That song absolutely hits hard. So I'm really interested to see what Sabaton does. This was posted by Sabaton. Yeah, shocking. And this video was released 5 days ago, and it already has 594,000 views. Yeah, it'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? I don't know if I am. I don't know if, okay. I want to hear the song. I really do. I don't know if emotionally if I'm ready for this. Because like I said, I'm already tearing up and getting choked up just thinking about the original. All right, let's give this a shot. Get those fingers up, because here we go. All right, here we go. Sabaton, 1916 official music video. I know that. I'm well aware of that. I know there's a risk. I'm willing to accept that risk because I love the Motorhead version of 1916 so much. Like I said, I can already feel myself getting teary-eyed and choked up. I have a, well, it's not really a rag. This is actually a guitar polishing cloth, but from Planet Waves, one of my endorsement companies, actually. Diodario and Planet Waves, one of my endorsement companies. It's the closest thing I could find. So I have it ready. I have it ready, and I have a feeling I'm gonna need it. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this!
War one.
16 years old when I went to the war to fight for a land fit for heroes. God on my side and a gun in my hand, chasing my days down to zero.
I'm not gonna
And
make
I
it.
marched, and I fought, and I bled, and I died, and I never did get any older. But I knew at the time that a year in the line was a long enough life for a soldier.
Oh, I like that. Going up there, I like that. Different than Lemmy's approach. This sounds like it's going to be grander. This sounds like it's going to be bigger and more grandioso than the Motorhead version, which, for me, could work either way. I mean, it could be so grandioso that, you know, it's empowering and it's uplifting, or it could be the other way around where it's even more emotionally hitting, and I'm already in trouble. I can already feel it coming. God dang it. I started getting choked up 30 seconds in. This is not good. This is not good. I'm digging the song, don't get me wrong. I mean, so far it sounds like a really nice cover. But I'm saying it's not good for me because I have a feeling I'm not gonna just cry. I have a feeling I'm gonna be a blubbering mess by the time this is over.
That's the truth.
And we added 2 years. listen, shoulder to shoulder. Our thirst for the run, we were food for the gun, and that's what you are when you're soldiers.
I love the visual. I don't usually pay attention to music videos, but I love the visuals of all these different soldiers from all these different time periods and all these different countries being represented in this video, because the message is the same. Oh, that line gets to me every single freaking time. We all volunteered and we wrote down our names and we added 2 years to our ages. Because if you remember at the beginning of the song, he said 16 years old when we went to the war. You would be amazed how many people, how many young men would volunteer, be underaged, and would lie about it. You know, I'm 18. And quite often the military, being desperate, would say, okay, good enough for me. And they would let them in. These 16-year-old kids putting their lives on the line to defend their countries. Volunteered, weren't drafted, were not required by the nation to, serve for 2.5 years or 3 years. There's a lot of nations that do that. A lot of nations require when you turn 18, you have to serve. Only for 2 or 3 years, but you have to serve. These kids at 16 volunteer and lie about it so that they can go and fight to defend their country. If that's not courage, I don't know what is. I really don't. That's incredible. That line always gets me. Just thinking about that line right now is getting me again. I am so glad I have this. Oh, man. Anyway, let's keep going here. Interesting using the guitar. Oh no! Oh, they showed the Motorhead flag with 1916 album work on it. That's the album work for 1916. Oh, man. Oh, I was afraid they were going to put a... I was afraid they were going to put a Motorhead reference into this. Some sort of visual. There it is. Key change.
Coughing blood as he screamed for his mother, and I fell by his side, and that's how we died, clinging like kids to each other. And I lay in the mud and the guts and the blood, and I wept as his body grew colder, and I called for my mother, and she never came, though it wasn't my fault.
Mickey and Phil. Oh, man. I didn't know they were going to be in this, and I swear I didn't know. Seeing Mickey and Phil, who are still alive and still with us, I didn't know seeing Mickey and Phil in this was going to have such an impact on me. Dear Lord. This is what I was afraid of. I was so scared I was going to be a blubbering mess. I love the key change for that last verse. I love the key change. It works. It absolutely works. Just added another layer to the emotional spectrum of impact, the emotional power and the impact it has. God, I'm sorry, guys. I apologize for not being able to contain. But like I said at the beginning, I had a feeling if, I heard this song, it was gonna hit hard. And Sabaton's doing a fantastic job of covering this. They really are. Great visuals. Great cover. I love the direction they're taking.
And wept as his body grew colder. And I called for my mother, and she never came. Though it wasn't my fault, and I wasn't to blame. And the days not half over, the 10,000.
Oh, man. Oh. That was not fair. That was not fair. Oh, God. And there's Phil and there's Mickey. Oh, God. Let's just keep going. I'm not going to be able to contain myself.
She never came, though it wasn't my fault, and I wasn't to blame. And the days not half over, the 10,000 slain. And now there's nobody remembers our name. And that's how it is for a soldier.
And the heroes go off to war. to fight for their country only to be forgotten with the passage of time. We still got 3 minutes and 41 seconds. What are the credits? All right. God. Volunteers. Keep that in mind. Volunteers. And they did. 57,470 casualties just to gain 3 miles of territory. 1 man was killed every 4.5 seconds. My God. 4.5 seconds. Lemmy, of course. By the end of the battle, casualties from both sides topped 1 million, with more than 300,000 killed for 6 miles of ground. 50,000 lives for every mile. Think about that. Think about that. 50,000 lives for every mile gained. How much is a man's life worth? More importantly, how much is a soldier's life worth? Apparently, in this case, 1/50,000th of a mile. Congratulations. Congratulations. Credits. Yep. I love these strings. Sergeant York is in there. Leonidas, Robert the Brute. Wait a minute. Sergeant York, I did what was the song? 82nd All the Way about Sergeant York. He's in there. Leonidas, Robert the Bruce, Edward Bruce. Don't know the rest. Rock fans. Punks, rock chicks, and disco kids. 1916 Street Phone. Extras. ending with a cello. Very cool. Still feeling the after effects. Oof. God dang it. I had a feeling. That's why I grabbed this. I had a feeling. But I didn't know it was, I knew it was gonna hit me hard. But I didn't know it was gonna hit me that hard. Holy cow. The visuals. Bringing in Phil and bringing in Phil and Mickey, and then walking on either side of a guy holding the picture of Lemmy. God dang it, that wasn't necessary. Really wasn't necessary. I could have done without that. Oh God. All right, let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Sabaton with their rendition of the Motorhead song 1916. This was not requested by anybody. I'm doing something I never do on the channel. And I did this one for me because I love the Motorhead song 1916. I love that whole album. That entire album was the album that's really and truly started my Motorhead journey. So I saw that pop up in my recommended for you, and I saw that. I'm like, I gotta react to this. It's not because I'm trying to get clicks. It's not for analytics. It's because I genuinely love that song. I love that whole album. But 1916 is one of my top 3 favorite ballads from Motorhead. Well, I'm not gonna say of all time. Love Me Forever is number 1 of all time, without question. But as far as Motorhead ballads go, I would say 1916 is probably my second favorite ballad by Motorhead. So, man, I love that tune. I really love that tune. And I gotta say, when I saw Sabaton doing a cover for it, I felt compelled. I absolutely felt compelled. This is not on the filming schedule. And I was not planning on this, but I gotta do it because I dig the song. And I know Sabaton are great musicians, and from what I've heard, I've never seen them do a cover that I know of, but I've heard they do great covers, so I had to check it out. Boy, I was not disappointed. Let's get to the score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that a 9.1. Yep, 9.1. You heard me. I didn't stutter. That is the score I feel the song deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Sabaton did a fantastic job of covering this song. They stayed very true to the original as far as format, but different keys, some key changes, a completely different approach to impact of the song, having a far more grandioso approach with, a fuller sound. The original song was very stripped down. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was an organ with kick and snare. Boom, da 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 da. Boom, da 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 da. And that's all Mickey did. Actually, 1916 wasn't Mickey. That was back when Phil Taylor was still in the band. Never mind. My apologies. Yeah, Filthy Animal, Phil Taylor. But that's all the drum was seriously kick, snare, 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 kick, da 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 on the snare. That was all the drums did. And it was an organ, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if it was organ or a calliope or I don't know what it was. It sounded kind of like a pipe organ, but on a much smaller scale. Music kind of lead me to believe it might have been a calliope. I don't know. But it was a gorgeous tune. They took that song and upgraded it. Sabaton took 1916 and they upgraded it with newer sound, bigger sound, fuller sound. I love the guitar solo. Instead of the organ solo, they used actual guitars. They did not follow suit. They didn't, like I said, they followed the format of the song from a songwriting standpoint, for as far as chords and melodic lines. But when it came to the structure of the song, like the arrangement of the song, the voicings of the song, Sabaton completely upgraded it. Absolutely upgraded it. This was a gorgeous version. I think I might still prefer the Motorhead version simply because it is so simplistic and it is so stripped down. This, don't get me wrong, it was grandioso for sure, and it felt great. It felt amazing. But I think for my own personal taste, I think I still like the Motorhead version better. It's just more intimate to me. But the song, they did an outstanding job. Outstanding. Joaquin's vocals on this, really nicely done. I loved it when he would go up towards the end of the phrase instead of going da 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 da. He would go da 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 da. He would go up, and I liked that approach that he took. It was really nice, really nice. The song was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous. Without the music video, I think this song still would have had an emotional impact on me, simply because the original does. And they paid such homage to it, and they stayed very true. Like I said, the chordal structures, the melodic lines, the chordal flow, they stayed very true to it. Lyrically, they stayed exact to it. So I had a feeling, even without the music video, this song was going to hit me emotionally. And that's why I'm basing my 9.1 on it, is the song. I am not including the video in any way, shape, or form for this, because I've never have. Unless I am specifically told to react to the video. I've never reacted to videos. I know music videos are a promotional tool. That's it. You can have a song without a music video. You cannot have a music video without a song. So the song is what's really important here. And I'm giving the song the 9.1. Having said that, all the imagery that they put out there, the slow motion walking, very impactful. All the legendary soldiers and leaders from military, from not just England's military or the U.S. military. We're talking about military organizations from all over the world, from all different ages and all different time periods. Very visually stimulating, very visually impactful. I did not know that Mikkey Dee and Phil Campbell were going to be in this video. I had no idea. I was not expecting it, and I was obviously not ready for it. I had no idea seeing those two was going to have such an impact on me. I mean, to this day, I'll see pictures of Lemmy, or I'll hear interviews with Lemmy or whatever, and I still get choked up with Lemmy, but not Phil and Mikkey, because they're still with us. But seeing them without Lemmy is just another reminder that Lemmy is gone and Motorhead is gone. And there will never be Motorhead again. Like, you cannot have Motorhead without Lemmy. I mean, we had Motorhead without Filthy Phil Taylor. You know, they brought in Mikkey Dee, and he worked out just great. You can have Motorhead without Fast Eddie Clarke. We brought in Phil Campbell, you know. So you can replace the drummer, you can replace the guitar player, you cannot replace Lemmy. Without Lemmy, there is no Motorhead, period. And both Phil and Mikkey Dee have both gone on record saying their Motorhead is done. They will not continue without Lemmy. So seeing them really got to me. I was not prepared for that. And then seeing the picture of Lemmy being carried with Phil and Mikkey on either side. Oh, dear Lord. That's... here we go again. No, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. And the first visual, seeing the flag the Motorhead flag with the 1916 album work on it. That's man, I was already crumbling. That just opened the freaking floodgates, and I was done at that point. Gorgeous video. Gorgeous video. Very well thought out, very well constructed, and kudos to Sabaton for reaching out to Mickey and Phil to get them in, not just to get their approval, but to get them involved in the process. That was top marks. Top marks. If I were to include the video in the score, I'm not gonna say how much, but I can promise you the score would have been up higher than a 9.1. I can guarantee. I'm not gonna say what the score would have been. I'm not gonna say how much higher it would have been. All I'm gonna say is the score would have been higher if I ever took the video into account. But I don't normally take the video into account, so it's not fair that I make an exception for this one. So, just on the song alone, though, 9.1, that is still an outstanding score, an amazing score, a phenomenal score. So yeah, I feel good with that 9.1, and that's where we're gonna stay. So 9.1, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.